welcome to Cuyahoga Sound Podcast. We are brought to you by Collision Bend Brewery and sipping on some Lake Erie Sunset right now.
Nice.
And our guests here, want to introduce yourselves?
I'll let the man in the mask speak first.
I'm Thin Thicket.
And I'm Unc D.
All right.
Cool. Unc Diesel?
Unc
Is
Diesel,
that what it's short for?
A.K.A. Unctious.
Unc Daddy
Unctious.
to some.
Uncle Dad for some people.
Uncle Daddy.
Yeah.
Uncle Daddy. Funk D sometimes. Or Funkle. I think Tommy Lehman said Funkle the one day.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys are a duo, or since the project's called Unc D, is it like you out there and you behind the scenes?
In a
Thin
way,
Thicket?
we all embody Unc D.
All right.
In a way. We try to.
But we usually operate as, like, if we're playing a show, we'll bill it as one artist. We've done shows as, like, Mo Fidelity featuring Unc D and Thin Thicket. But often we'll just do Unc D. And then when we have, like, releases online, we're all individual artists. So anybody who plays on the track will be a featured artist. So he has Thin Thicket because we're not allowed to say his legal name.
You
and
witness protection or something?
Contracts.
And we can't show his face. So
All
that's
right.
why I have to ask. I'm allowed.
Yeah.
I have to, at a certain point, claim my legal name because people
like a
always want
mask?
to do it. Oh, I'm good.
We keep them around, man.
Yep.
Cool.
Your question reminded me of like have a cigar. Like, by the way, which one's pink?
Cool. So when you're performing, what's that look like up there?
Well, recently we've been doing a lot of smaller group shows. So I've actually been doing some solo shows for the first time ever, and then we've been doing a lot of duo shows. But in terms of the formula recently has been, I'm trying to have everything where I could be a solo artist, but it could also be anybody else can join. So you guys can get on a gig, and it's fine. It's the same. Certain things are consistent, but certain things are like one night only, and it all works. So 808s has been a thing where I've been trying to include 808s through beats that me and him make. And then if there's a drummer there, that's cool. But if there's no drummer there, we can still play. So we've been having some drummer-less shows. With soulless drummer, I'll say soulless drummers. And then sometimes we'll have our drummer, Damon the Soulful Samurai. We'll have him on shows too. But we played with as many, like at the Bop Stop we had maybe 8 or 9 people, I think. So we'll play with big bands when we can,
It's got to be
We're
great to have
condensed
that.
to two.
Yeah, it's got to have that flexibility. It's got to be great, because
Yes.
like for bigger bands, just thinking of setting up rehearsals seems like a nightmare, let alone getting everybody right for the
We've
gig.
nixed that entirely. That doesn't happen.
It's overrated.
No rehearsals.
No, if we do, it's a blessing, and then it ends up being a studio session. We'll be like, well, if we're gonna play the song, like this might as well be the session. So like that's what ends up being the rehearsals,
Okay.
because it's like, well, if we're having Andrew Dennis and Tom Lehman here, how can we not record it?
So like the Bop Stop became a recording session?
Yes,
Very much so, yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
There was a live album that was half of. I put out a live album where it was half of that show and then half from a Beachland Ballroom show. And
Cool.
yeah, so that's 7 tracks right there.
The one time I saw you guys perform was at Beachland Ballroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like earlier this year, like Vibe and Color.
Oh, what a
Five and
good show
Color.
that was.
Yeah.
Fantastic
That
show.
was a good
That was my introduction to you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Cool
was a fun
stuff.
one.
That show. I was actually just hanging with Mike, Jeff, and Chris, and we were talking about like how much fun we had playing together and all that stuff. But those dudes are like locked in. Like when you play with them, it's like it's instantly glue. Like it's not hard to. It's almost like they're a drum machine.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I went to college with Doug, the bass
yes.
player. Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
used to jam Rush songs in the basement of Ohio Music Shop.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
We're
hell
both in
yeah.
the music program there, and I could every time I played with him, it was like, dude, you suck. Get good. I'm like, all right, time to practice. Good motivation.
Especially Rush songs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which Rush album? What? Okay, since we're getting into Rush, which Rush album do you guys stop at?
Question for him.
I usually just get up to moving pictures, just because it's so good. It's tough to go past there because it's so good, you know. And last time I saw them was they played that in full, and it was just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And it's like the only show you go to where like I'd say 90% of the crowd are drummers, because like Tom Sawyer comes out, you see everybody go straight across. For our listeners, non-creeps, that was air drumming across all of my toms. And for any of the drummers out there too, that's one of the songs that they've redone with the Dolby Atmos. It sounds so good through a good set of headphones. Like you can hear the bottom heads of the toms, I swear.
Damn.
You're
And
talking about that spatial audio.
yeah, the spatial audio stuff. Definitely check out. I've heard Tom Sawyer, 10,000 times easily, and hearing it through like the new mix and the good set of headphones was like hearing it for the first time. Like gave me goosebumps. It's awesome.
Cool.
I'm using awesome too much again.
It's no big deal, man. It's awesome.
There's
It's
no too much awesome.
No
It's
too
an
much
awesome
awesome.
word.
Yeah.
All right.
Impossible.
It's good to hear.
You can throw
Good to hear.
tremendous in there.
Yeah, spectacular. Bitching. I need to use more bitching.
Bonerific.
Bonerific?
Yep.
I like that one too.
So you have tons and tons of material of just the last few years I'm seeing when I was listening to all the stuff you guys have been putting out, and all over the place, and like awesome driving music. That's for sure.
Thank you, bro.
I was listening on the flight.
Awesome flying music.
Just trying to.
Oh, Chuck just landed a few hours ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just got in from New York City and checked out a couple like music sites. I want to go back and check out some more, but I went to like the apartment building where Physical Graffiti, the Zeppelin album cover was. I also looked like there's an apartment for rent in that building right now. It's like $3,500 a month for a 1-bedroom, and they sold a 2-bedroom one in there for $1.4 million a couple months back.
Wow.
Like, holy shit!
Damn.
And then I also went to the corner where Paul's Boutique was for the Beastie Boys album. So they shot that there. That area was, at least for me, seemed a little bit sketchy. There was some guy like right on the other corner just screaming and everybody that went by. So I took that picture quick and got out of there.
One time I was on a family vacation there, and we were sightseeing, and we went to the John Lennon apartment complex where he got murdered.
That's where I was going to go, and it started raining this morning. I was going to go this morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
But we were there, and there was like this guy that looked like a Vietnam vet, and he was all straggly. And then there was a nice-looking lady and like a bunch of kids and like grandparents that were all nice people. And then there's just this Vietnam veteran guy, and we're like standing there, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. He looks familiar. Then me and my family walked to the park, and these two Swedes on roller skates come over, and they're like, "Did you guys see Eddie Vedder? We've been following him around the whole day. Like we're just like following him." We were like,
nice.
I was like, no, I didn't. Like that guy. Like, so that was crazy. It was just his family, my family. And then, like, wherever John Lennon's soul is probably remaining there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't feel his presence, but...
It's not on Earth.
Yeah.
If you were, like, a soul, like, when you die, and, like, there's the whole infinite universe you can travel to, would you stick around for long?
No, I'm a traveler, man.
I mean, it's been
Yeah.
it's been
Sheets.
42 years or so, right, since he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably haunted all the people he wants to.
Yeah, I think the anniversary's coming up. I think it's December 8th was the day he got shot, which is also Jim Morrison's birthday. I know that for some dumb reason.
When
Well,
did
that's
Jim
because
Morrison
they're
die?
related.
He died July 3rd, 1971
Ooh.
in Paris.
How about Sid Barrett?
I don't know that one.
Oh, all right. How about
That's a later one. He's later, I think.
how about a George Harrison? You know that one?
No, I don't know
2001.
2001.
I
I was
think
gonna guess
2000.
2005.
Or something like that.
Yeah. We had.
I thought you were about to be an
No,
encyclopedia. Just
no,
facts,
no. I got
facts.
some of them. Like we had. We just got a car and we were test driving cars. The one saleswoman, she's like, "Yeah, I have a birthday. I share it with Ozzy Osbourne." I'm like, "Oh, December 3rd." She's like, "All right, super."
Wow.
Now this guy knows my birthday.
Steal her prescriptions.
Ozzy already got them all.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure.
Cool. So you guys are Youngstown area. Is that where you're from? Both
Oh,
of
yes.
you. Thin Thicket and Unc D.
Yes, I'm from Lowville. It's a small suburb on the east side of Youngstown, between Youngstown and the PA border. And then,
I thought that was pronounced Louisville in Ohio
Yes.
and Louisville in Kentucky.
yeah. Oh,
So
well,
that's
this,
what I heard.
Yes.
But you guys call Louisville too?
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
because it's Lowell.
Yeah.
It's spelled
Oh,
like the
okay.
pronunciation.
Another one.
It's spelled
Oh.
like, or it's spelled
I
like.
thought you were talking about the
pronounce Louisville.
Louisville that's like,
Yeah.
maybe it's more like Kent area or Canton area. Not
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's Canton
Okay.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a gig there at I forgot what it was called, but it was there was a second floor where they could all look down on the band from above.
Oh my god! I played there with that Foo Fighters tribute.
Yeah, I played there
and
when I was like
it was
19.
a snowstorm, and there was like 6 people there.
Yeah, we had.
Do you remember
I
the
think
name of
it
that
was-
place?
I do not. But there was, I only had like 6 people, and we started playing Tool, and like the 6 people went nuts. Thought we were the best
Louisville.
thing.
That's how I know about Louisville.
The
It's
same
just
here.
From,
Same here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like Jurgles in Pittsburgh got that balcony.
That
up
does.
top.
We played there as a
yeah.
Chili Peppers tribute. Oh, that's how we met.
Oh, that's right. I heard that on one of the podcasts. Yeah, that's nuts.
It wasn't.
You're like so we found our listener.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
I tried. I did as much as I could. Because I was just interested. Because I see people I know. Lava Brothers.
Yeah.
You
Uncle
guys
Charlie.
know the Labra Brothers?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You have any affiliation with the Labra Brothers?
So I record them, as well as play keys with them.
Nice, cool. Love what you guys do.
Good
That's,
dudes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such a great sound, man.
It's
You
the
don't hear-
genetics that
yeah.
holds. It's a glue. It's crazy.
One of the non-brothers we got now.
Unfortunately.
And you can put them in any room. Like those harmonies are not gonna not work anywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us about some good venues in Youngstown?
Of course. So West Side Bowl is very, very good. It's a bowling alley that has 2 stages. One, I don't know the exact dimensions, but huge sound system, big lights, cool aesthetics of like bowling alley. Like there's like, it's like.
Well, they made the stage out. They took out, I think, 8 lanes, and then built the stage out of those 8 lanes that they took out. So it's probably. I think they've sold it out a couple times now, and when it's sold out, it's like 800, 900 capacity because I mean it is a massive room. That's the upstairs.
And they got a record shop there. I think they do something with the radio station there. And they have 2 stages. There's a basement stage too. So it's like they've been becoming a very important part of the music scene, especially since COVID. Because Nate and everybody at Westside did real good during COVID at like still putting on shows with live stream and then on top of other things to help the community.
Nice.
But,
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about that.
Yeah.
More and more and more. I remember the
should head
first
down
time I
there.
heard about it, I didn't know it was a bowling alley. The
Yes.
bowl, I was thinking like how the Hollywood Bowl is, or just like an amphitheater kind of thing. That's what a bowl reminded
That's what
me
I thought of
yeah.
too. But it makes
It's
sense
just
either
one
way.
Cool. You ever
One
been to
big crack
Mahall's
bowl.
in Lakewood?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
So bigger though, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's-
same idea, like stages and
Yes.
bowling. Okay.
Yeah, it's bigger, but the bowling is still the bowling and the main stage are on the same floor, whereas Mahal's is I think separated.
Yeah.
So you can bowl and see
yeah.
the
Oh,
music
yeah.
at the same time.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people that like you'll see people like they'll hit that like that strike or something, and they'll just get down because they're doing a happy dance, but then also they got the band,
That doesn't mess the music up at all or interfere with that.
Not as much as you'd think. Not as much as you'd think.
If you're an acoustic person sometimes, but we're doing belligerent stuff mostly, so it's like loud and involved and there's drums. But like if you're up there just solo acoustic and somebody hits a strike, yeah, depending on how much sound you got.
I did a gig once at a county fair, and right directly behind the stage was tractor pulls.
Oh,
And
no.
like, I couldn't hear the drums. I'm bashing on the drums, and I couldn't hear them when the tractors were going by. It was awful. It was such a shitty gig. Paid well, but
Yeah.
like I don't know who planned out, where the stage was in relation to the
tractor
tractors, and then the time slots made no sense at all. But we persevered.
Yeah.
Oh, we're used to the train gigs in Youngstown.
Yeah.
And having those.
B&O station.
B&O,
Exactly.
That's my first Youngstown gig was there.
Oh, hell yeah.
That place is magic. I love that place.
Loved it.
But it is so Youngstown that every 15 to 20 minutes have a train go behind the main stage.
But that's money. That train means money, so make as much noise as you want. You know what I'm saying?
Did you do any of the virtual gigs during COVID?
We did one at Westside Bowl,
Oh, yeah.
which was a lot of fun. But I don't. I'm trying to think if we did anything virtual.
We live streamed on Reddit a lot.
Yeah,
over
we
the
did.
course of that.
On RPAN.
Yeah.
Which, rest in peace, they shut down. But they had a great live stream service.
What was RPAN?
It was like their built-in like live stream service where they have like different channels. There's a music channel.
It was part of Reddit.
Yeah.
And it was part of Reddit.
It was honestly awesome. It was
Like,
probably the most exciting.
You mean our our like Reddit or our
Yes.
pan? Okay.
RPAN. Oh yeah, RPAN.
Okay.
RPAN. And they have a subreddit for it and stuff now, but they just recently like shut it off because they don't want to pay people to run it. Because it was like we would go on there and get like 65,000 people, like nothing. Wow. And it's just like if you hit at a good time or whatever, there's just always a main page that you could pop off on. For doing stupid stuff too, like nothing crazy. No interface showing like vote for me or anything, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was crazy, but yeah. But I don't know. Did you guys? What kind of live stream stuff you guys do?
Watched.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I did one live stream show with Bad Juju, like a cover band, and it was.
I have a T-shirt of your. Oh,
really?
If I would have known it, I would have worn it. What the hell? My parents saw you guys and really enjoyed it.
Oh, really?
They bought me a T-shirt.
The T-shirts went out like hotcakes.
Yeah.
And everybody has those T-shirts. I played drums with them for a while. I'm actually filling in with them on bass for New Year's Eve. I just found out.
Hell yeah.
Today,
The
somewhere in
guitarist in
Parma.
that band was the singer with our Chili Peppers.
Oh,
group.
okay.
Yeah. I love
Damn,
those
dude.
And he
guys.
was the guitar player in the gig with the tractor pull for me.
Oh right,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's everywhere. He'll be a guest in December.
Lots of
There
connections.
you go. Hell yeah.
All the listeners have heard us talk about Dennis Davis. Yeah, you'll hear him. In,
Almost as much
4
as Chuck
episodes.
Kaminsky.
Yeah. We'll try to get him in here. Yeah. Cool.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
special announcement. We're gonna have the singer from Tropidelic in here in January. So about 6-7 episodes from now.
Very
We just
cool.
booked that one today.
Damn, that's
Very
awesome.
nice.
So it's
Yeah.
gonna be good. Me and him go way back. He booked
Yeah.
my first gig in Kent when I was going to music school there in 2009. This place called the
JB's?
Robin Hood.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been torn down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was right next to Wendy's, where Wendy's is on
Yeah.
like tiny little bit of land, but it was like 3 stories high, and two big stages. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Now it's a parking lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's the Wendy's parking lot.
Oh.
They got handicap
Last time I was
access.
there, I saw it was just grass still.
Yeah.
Wendy's
Wow, that's
wasn't doing
awesome.
well enough.
No.
Yeah, Kent. We got 2 gigs in Kent coming up at this new place, Northwater Brewing, which is by the bike shop. It used to be
Okay,
like
yeah,
an auto
yeah.
body or something, and now it's a brewery.
I stopped there last year, I think, when I was in Kent.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I remember thinking it'd be a good place for live music, and they're like, "We don't have bands here." I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Where else in Kent?
And then Zephyr.
Awesome.
In the basement, or not basement, sorry, in the first floor, right by where you walk in.
Right in front of the window.
Yeah. And we always have fun in Kent because they have such great. They have they have a lot of live music, and there's bands or there's places like Barlucci, which is new, which is where the record store used to be, across from JB's, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I
Um,
lived there 7 years.
There you go.
But that was 2015. I moved out of there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I moved up there, I think, in 2017, and then moved out in May or August of this year. So I had a little run in Kent.
Oh, nice.
And then now I'm back
Cool.
in Whitetown. But so I know but that place is the best for audiences around, or not the best. Sorry,
Oh,
Cleveland.
it's.
But
We talk about Kent every episode.
it's a good
That's
place for
what
audience.
that was
Yeah.
the Kent Bell.
The Kent Bell.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Somebody mentions Kent, we hit a bell.
It always has a young, good audience that want to see stuff, but they don't. Not enough places pay for bands, so
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
have as many bands coming through. So when you do get places that pay, like the places are starting to pay now, they're actively getting bands, and then it's like you have that crowd that's like ready, compared to some places that are like oversaturated or something.
Yeah. JB's used to pay.
Yes.
They'd get touring acts, and the Outposts would get touring
Yeah.
acts. I don't know if they still do.
Yes,
they'd get,
they're still working.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They'd get acts like Saliva.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
saw
Mushroom
an
Head.
insane
Mushroom
clown
Head.
posse on their it was probably about a year ago, but I thought that was exciting.
Drake
Yeah.
Bell played there,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know if that was the one where he got in trouble. I don't know if you guys heard about
I
that.
don't know who Drake Bell is.
Okay,
Actually.
so you ever hear the show Drake and Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or so you know the one guy from Drake and Josh. So that's Drake Bell, and he like had a whole. This is cringy because it's on a podcast, and I'm not too hip about his life. But anyways, he had a solo career where he was playing places as Drake Bell and hitting that nostalgia ticket bringer outer
Yeah.
That's a horrible way of putting it. But anyways, a lot of young women
know
went
what
to see
you're
him
talking
that
about.
liked him, and then he got in trouble having relations with young women in Cleveland.
Oh.
And now
Too
his too young.
Yeah.
Too young.
And then now his like Twitter is all Spanish because I think he just goes to his. I think he has a big market in Mexico.
He does, yeah.
And that they don't care that he has a record or something. So I don't know, but I don't know. People can look up stuff about Drake Bell, but like he definitely played at the Outpost. I saw
All right.
his marquee there. I don't know what year that was, and I'm sorry anybody at the Outpost if they're listening. I'm not, this was a long
Let's
time
not
ago.
smack talk on the Outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah, great place. I
Yeah.
loved it. I played.
Yeah, I've played there
many
a
times.
bunch of times
Yeah.
too.
Well, no one's our listeners right here, so
No,
Yeah.
we had 8 downloads last week.
oh, nice, cool.
There you go.
Yojo.
All right, the Morning Bird. You guys hip to the Morning Bird? That was
No.
our last one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I did check out Space Gorilla though, and that was cool because I didn't know any history about I've always heard the name Broccoli Samurai, but
Oh, yeah.
I never connected all these different dots or know his history because I think they played at B&O one time, and I was like, check them out.
Definitely have, yeah.
And I was like, these guys are awesome.
I did that AI drawing thing with Broccoli Samurai. I got some pictures saved
Hey.
upstairs. I
Oh,
should have.
nice.
I'll have to add them in there.
We'll
but,
put them on our Instagram.
Some of them were pretty cool, man. Yeah, I won't get way into it, but yeah, the AI drawing things, you can just type in whatever, and I was like, Broccoli Samurai in space, and it was like some samurai cutting a piece of broccoli in outer
let's go.
space with like lasers going on. It was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even say lasers.
Let's I want to know where the name Thin Thicket comes from, and Unc D, of course, but
So I had gone under on SoundCloud, right? Like I definitely in high school, like I was really into people would release all this crazy music on SoundCloud, and I was like, that's so cool. So I made up a super dumb name then and just put a bunch of music out on SoundCloud, and that was cool. And then maybe 4 years later than that, I was like, that name's super dumb, so I changed it to something else. And then a couple of years went by, and I thought, well, that name's super dumb, need something else. And I was just thinking about it, and I remember I was driving home from a friend's house, and I pulled off the side of the road, to get off the exit. And on my way home, I just took a look to my right out of the car window, and there's just a little tiny thicket between the road and the I believe it was a post office on the other side. And I thought, well, that's a thin thicket. And then I thought, well, fine. And that's where it's been ever since.
what's a thicket? I'm sorry if that's
Just
a dumb
a
question.
tiny bit of woods, like not
Oh, okay. I got
smaller than an acre.
All right,
Smaller than an acre.
thicket. Word for that now. Okay.
Driving next time, just be that's a Thin Thicket.
They're all over. They are.
Yeah, we're spotting them and snapping pictures now.
Right.
The former names are so dumb you don't even want to. Okay.
Just terrible.
All right.
Infringing on rights, and I mean, it's bad. It's just bad.
And has the mask always been around for Thin Thicket?
Yes. Yeah. That's when I started signing contracts and
Yeah.
just have to be careful.
Yeah.
You mind us asking about that?
I just can't talk about it.
All right.
Okay. Don't waste your time.
I won't. Yeah.
I was going to ask more
Sounds
about the mask.
interesting, though. How many different masks?
We have 13 made, but only one that I wear.
Okay.
My girlfriend made them all.
I was
with
about
her
to ask
hands?
if they're homemade. Nice. They
Absolutely.
look homemade.
She's in the
In a good
process.
Yeah, in a good way, yeah.
In the process of making a robe that is the same material. I'm excited about that. It's gonna be warm. It's probably gonna get really dirty very quickly.
Yeah, you
but
snag on some
as
things,
am
I'd
I,
imagine.
you know.
Trying to open the car door.
Oh, it's gonna be a real problem. She's gonna be fixing that.
Cool. And Unc D. Let's get some history.
My legal name is Dante, my first name. So Uncle D was always what people called me to a certain extent. Mostly because they would say I was an incel and I was never going to have kids. So I was always going to be an uncle.
Do you have any nieces or nephews?
No, I'm not an uncle. But I also am not a D. But no. So I think I first printed off like a mixtape as Uncle D. And then by the time I got to putting anything on Spotify, it was just Unc D. But now I wish my name would have been Unctious. I think that's cooler than Unc D. So I'll tell people that's what Unc stands for, is Unctious. because I think that sounds smooth.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I like that.
But Uncle Diesel I have a song named Uncle Diesel because that's a fun one too.
Yeah.
You know.
I heard that one. That's why I guessed. That's
Oh,
what I
okay,
said for.
okay.
Uncle Diesel.
Yeah. Uncle Diesel and then Uncle Dad. Yeah.
Unctuous.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yes.
that.
What about you guys? Rust Belt. So how did you come to the name Rust Belt?
Actually, I just joined them in March. So they were the Rust Belt Ragtops a couple years before I joined them.
Yeah.
They were on lead guitar. But Rust Belt, we're in the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
True.
We are the Rust Belt.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We asked the rest of the band that question
Oh,
at the
yeah.
long lost episode, but
We do have a long lost episode. Of,
yeah, it's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
it
with
is
the
not
Rust Belt
available. Don't go
Ragtops.
looking.
Don't go looking. No, we'll release it to our Patreon members once we get a Patreon.
Nice.
Let's look at one. Are you up?
Yeah, right?
Wait, do we have it saved or is it just gone?
Oh, I have it saved.
Oh, okay.
It's a train wreck.
I just started one too.
Too much alcohol.
Yeah.
As it
Yeah.
goes.
Too much heavy breathing into the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I could see a studio session going. Like we've had many studio sessions where like, we got too sidetracked by other activities. We were trying to have fun too much,
Yeah.
and then I couldn't imagine what a podcast is because that's like we don't record in between when we're playing music.
This was it's literally the only one that we've recorded and we're like,
Yeah.
we can't put that out.
Yeah.
It's the only one where I've had to clean vomit out of my yard too.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good inside one. That's
Yeah.
a good,
Yeah, we can go back
private
and do a greatest
audiences.
hits.
Yes.
We'll cut it for just clean parts. It'll be our shortest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Cut out
3
the
minutes.
breathing. Something like that. It'd be
Like,
hello and welcome and signing off.
Oh.
Going right to that.
Speaking of alcohol, we've got some good Cleveland whiskey here today.
Yeah, the guy behind me in line there, he was like, "Hey, you got that? Is that the Cleveland Underground stuff?" I said, "Yes, it is." And he said, "That's the good stuff. I bought the cheap stuff." So this is Cleveland Underground bourbon whiskey finished with sugar maple wood. So how is it, guys?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Great
All right.
2 thumbs up.
Let me judge.
It's got to be
There you
tough
go.
with the mask on.
It is. Normally, I just dip the bottom of it in and kind
Yeah,
of suck
just-
on it, but I'm going through the eye hole for
Do some-
She
today.
said.
Do some osmosis.
Also brought to you by Collision
Collision
Bend
Bend.
Brewery. We were drinking their Sunset Lake Erie before.
Shout out
It's real
Collision.
nice. Yeah, cool.
Hell yeah. Cheers.
That's good. Cool. Another sponsor, we have Unrefined back.
Oh, all right.
us. Yeah, Unrefined is a local, healthy, gluten-free, dairy-free meal prep
They bailed
service.
after the Rust Belt Ragtops episode. We
Yeah.
lost all our sponsors.
Anyway, Unrefined is a local, healthy, gluten and dairy-free meal prep service in Cleveland. They deliver 35 miles from downtown right up to your front door. And they're dropping a new menu tomorrow, which will be already out by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
If you go to unrefinedcle.com, Unrefined LS is their Instagram. You can use the promo code CS20 to get 20% off your first order. And the few of the new items are a chicken coconut curry, a caponelli beef bolognese. Is that how you say
I
that?
think so.
Rosemary thyme chicken and apple cinnamon protein pancakes.
That's from Bologna, which I actually visited like a month ago. I went to Bologna.
Oh yeah, how was your trip, man?
That was a great trip. And
Did you see the apartment you were going to live in?
No. Well, we walked past it. Yes, we walked past it. And then, the apartment we stayed at in Florence was this really cool old place in the center of town, and the living room was this arched like concrete and brick. And I put on Angie Hayes's Mutations in there and like cranked it up, and just the reverb in that room, it sounded so cool.
Oh, nice.
And so I was I'm trying to do a thing. My wife and I travel a lot, so I'm trying to bring like Cleveland artists with me around.
Thank you, bro.
Around the world. So
Oh, hell yeah.
Doing the Lord's work.
I was able to do the Angie Hayes shirt and a picture in Florence, and I did the sublets in Rome.
Did you bring that hat? The
I
Lauber
did
Brothers hat?
not bring the hat. I should have.
Well, mine's around somewhere, or maybe it's here.
I don't think it's here. I don't think it's here. I didn't hide it from you, I promise. You know what? I'm going to also, our only listener's right here, but we've been getting some stickers from bands, and we'd love to
Nice.
cover this table with stickers
yeah.
of
Fuck yeah.
artists. So if you have some
As
stickers,
soon
like,
as
let
I
us
get
know.
merch, I'll send
Yeah,
it
let us
over.
know. We'll buy them. We're not asking for anything for free, but I'd love to be able to cover
Oh,
this
yeah.
with local band paraphernalia.
We welcome free gifts, though.
We
Hell
do,
yeah, of
absolutely. But, we understand that artists are,
Well, let's give a shout out to Jason Myers, rootsofamericanmusic.org.
I'm getting ready to road trip, so I am definitely going to be hitting him up very soon to find out what stops I need to make on the Mississippi Blues Trail there. Yeah, for sure. That's in the near future for me. I got my new vehicle ready to go. I have a rooftop tent that's on order,
nice.
and I'm waiting for that to get
wow.
delivered.
We both
and-
have new vehicles now. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, for the listeners that aren't aware, Evan got rear-ended in an accident at the first snowfall, and all of your gear was in the trunk.
Well, like half of my gear.
About half your
I
gear?
I don't bring all my gear to every gig.
Okay.
The good stuff.
Oh, I was going to ask you, was the loaner guitar from Chuck part of the stuff that
No,
got smashed?
no.
I was like, oh man, that might have been a headache.
No, but the guitars that were in there were set up by Chuck, and one of them, the Strat, was rescued by Chuck.
Yeah. And now it's got a story.
Yeah, who's Chuck?
Chuck Kaminsky, the basement trader.
Oh.
He's Lake County's own. He's been there for forever. He used to host jam nights back when I was a young Chuck. And he has two stores on Reverb. One of them's got guitars and basses. One of them is like amps, pedals, and accessories. He does setups. He does everything.
Yeah.
The
He
guy's
was the
just an
first
awesome
contributor to this podcast.
dude. He absolutely
too.
was. He
This
helped
one's
us
for
with that.
Chuck.
Check
Mind
out,
if I get one
check
of
out
those?
these microphones.
yeah.
Because my
Oh, yeah.
setup job is horrible right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And a quick turnaround time. Although I must say that he said to get your stuff in quickly now because his son Jacob is coming in from Colorado. So he's going to be spending time with his boy there during the holidays. So if you bring in stuff that's going to be past like December 10th-ish, something like that, it won't be there until January. But normally his turnaround time's very, very quick. But
So
family first.
my Blues Junior got smashed to pieces. I picked the speaker up with it was still attached to the front of it off the highway. Rescued that. My PRS, the yellow one, the semi-hollow, was in like 20 pieces in the soft bag. I'm never getting a soft bag again.
Oh.
Never, ever.
and
for a
he was
gig
able to
bag.
get that set right back up and playing normal.
No. No, my John Frusciante Strat was in the trunk too, and it survived. It had a crooked neck, and one of the tuners was bent, and there was some more chips to the body. But I took it to Chuck, and it's playing like brand new again.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that guitar
I'm gonna take
made
it to Lava Room when we go record on
Hell yeah.
Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
The redemption.
How you doing for amps right now?
I
still have your
I
Epiphone?
still have that Epiphone Blues Custom
Okay.
that has
Cool.
been trusty.
Yeah, that's a great amp. Like,
It is. Well, I think one of those speakers has a tiny hole in it. I got.
well, you got a speaker from the Blues Junior now.
I do. Yeah.
True. You're all
Yeah,
set.
take them both to Chuck. Maybe he can fix that. I don't know how to do electronic stuff. I just know how to play.
All right, if he can't help you out, I can put a speaker in for you.
All right.
right.
Bring
There
it
we
to
There we
Chuck
go.
Schilling.
Yeah,
if you
one of the
can't get
Chucks.
hold of Chuck Simmons.
So Chuck's on Chestnut Street there in Painesville, and I actually used to be on Chestnut Street in Menor. So now, like, literally every time I call him on the phone, he's like, "No, I'm Chuck." I'm like, "No, Chuck on Chestnut Street." He's like, "No, I'm Chuck." It's every single phone call that we've had for the last, since 2004, back when I lived on Chestnut Street. That's the way every phone call starts. But absolutely great dude. Go check him out. Go check out Basement Trader.
Check out Listen CLE.
Yes.
Listen CLE is another. Are they nonprofit or?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, they're a great organization
They are.
that's helping the music scene here.
We got to
in
get some more
Cleveland.
cards from them.
We do. We're down to 2. Here, you
Yeah.
guys take this one.
Oh,
we got to
thank
keep the one that's
It's got our cheat sheet on the back, and
Nice.
somehow we've kept it for 50 episodes.
Nice.
Listen CLE is mood-based playlist showcasing music by Northeast Ohio artists. So mood-based as opposed to genre-based playlists. And Cleveland is more than the birthplace of rock and roll. This city is brimming with exciting new artists and established favorites. Discover the depths of Cleveland's amazing music scene and find your next favorite band with Listen CLE, a series of mood-based playlists that are all local, all the time. You can find all 9 of them on listencle.com. Plus, The database,
Yeah,
musicians database.
Yeah, they've got a musicians database that works like an electronic press kit. Are you guys on that?
Yes, the directory. It's a fantastic resource.
All right.
Cool. Can you walk us through what it was like to sign up for that?
So they ask you a good amount of things, kind of like who you are, what music you do you need power, how many people are in your band, so that the idea being that anybody who's trying to book a show can see what they need to have you and what they can expect when they do have you.
So yours was like, how many in the band? 2 to 50.
It's like 1 to 13.
Yeah.
And we might call some people up from the audience.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. What we might actually start doing that. I'm about to have. I know you guys like gear, and I started. I dropped I got a bunch of that candy because I bought all the kinds of bullshit. Excuse my language, but I'm trying to do a MIDI rig with my bass.
Oh, really?
And one of the things I can do with the MIDI rig is sample, so I could like record like the audience like saying like Unc D is trash, and then I'll play it on my bass and all the different notes.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm trying to get there. So that's like in the works. Where hopefully next time we play Beachland, which may or may not be Vibe and Color, may or may not. I'm not sure about, but I heard there's a really good show happening at Vibe and Color again at Beachland.
All right.
Early February every year.
Yeah, early February. I think it may or may not be February 4th. I think. I don't know. if that's what's been released or anything. You
heard it here first.
Yeah.
They're doing a Star Wars burlesque show. I just saw a
that's
thing
so
for
awesome.
that.
That's so
At Beachland?
Yeah, I believe that was at Beachland. I saw it
Count
on
me in.
Instagram today. I was like, I wonder what that's going to be like.
They might have done that last year. That might be a
Yeah.
running thing, I think.
Okay.
Or at least burlesque during the maybe I'm crazy. I feel like they did some cool burlesque stuff.
Oh,
last
my
year, too.
girlfriend went to one. No, you're
There you
100% right.
Cool.
Oh, I forgot about that.
While Chuck's looking that up, we're
I'm
going to
looking it
shout
up,
out
yeah.
Enlightenment Event Lighting as well. Brian and Emily Klemonik and teaming up with Eddie from Scooter Productions a lot
Oh,
too.
man,
I'm sure you
boy,
guys
that's a
know
legend.
them.
he's
Yeah.
man.
If you go, their handle is Enlightenment EL on social media to see all that they can do for you and your stage lighting. And last but not least, Russell Jones of Jones Drones. Russell, he's a drone pilot, drone photographer, concert photographer sometimes with the drones. And he just sent me this. Hang on, where can I find it? Jones Drones specialized in filming drone fly-throughs and live events. They also offer drone education of all sorts. So next time you're thinking of a perspective from the sky, think Jones Drones. They will take you to new heights.
Oh, I
right,
see what he
Russell,
did there.
okay,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So I always like, I didn't know that the drone community was like so tight knit. And there's a like, I forgot what it's called, like Cleveland Drones or something like that. That's the guy lives like down the street from me. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna egg that guy. I'm gonna get that guy for Russell. And then Russell just posted a picture today hanging out with that guy. I'm like, all right, I'm glad I didn't give that guy any shit.
If I ever move
So-
to Pittsburgh, I'm gonna have a drone business, and I'm gonna call it Drone the Bus Bettis.
All right.
Like the guy.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
I get it. I get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I know who that is,
Jerome.
but I know who that is.
The
Oh,
bus Bettis.
Jerome.
He was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Drone Bettis.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I saw him.
They
at-
love the bus.
I think I
You're
saw
gonna have
him.
a good business.
I think I saw him at Geauga Lake once when that was
Nice.
open, and I booed him. I may have just booed some random man, but he really looked like Jerome Bettis, and he was huge.
Were those your tailgating days?
Yes, that's when I was like big time Browns fan. I also booed Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan football team in Rome. They were on a tour of the Coliseum
Wow.
with us.
Represent, dude.
So I was booing him like to his face.
That's awesome.
You
And,
thought for sure there'd be nobody from Ohio. out
yeah,
there.
and my wife. So my wife went like to the other side, and we were just yelling back and forth for their whole group, like OH and IO.
that's
And I
Were
did
there
find.
Michigan players there?
Yes,
too?
they did a spring game in Rome for some reason. This was 2017, maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about your
got
most
that
recent
money.
trip.
No, not this one. Not this one. They while I was gone, apparently they smoked us this weekend.
Yeah.
There is the Star Wars Attack of the T's going on, but it will have already been done by the time this podcast comes out. It's tomorrow or Friday.
December 2nd. Yeah, Friday.
Friday. So that is a true thing.
Yeah.
My
Hell
mind
yeah.
was not playing tricks on me.
Hell yeah.
Um,
So, where's your guys' favorite place to play in Cleveland?
Beachland Ballroom.
Hell yeah.
I have not played there. Well, we did. We shot our video.
Oh,
there.
you shot a promo video.
Yeah, we shot a promo video there.
They
and
were
that
nice enough.
Yeah, so gracious to like let us in for. We paid them like $100 or something like that, and then we had to pay a little extra to have a bartender there to help us out. But and that's when I met Russell Jones. Actually, was
Yeah,
that shot.
he had his cell phone on one of those gimbals and was like
Oh, that's all you need.
doing
Yeah,
a lot
truly.
of the filming that way. Did he have a drone flying too?
No.
No,
Have,
okay.
have you played with the drone flying around?
Yeah.
Have you guys done that?
Outside, but not inside.
Okay. Inside, it's like really distracting.
Oh,
You're just
sure.
like that thing's coming for you.
Outside is pretty distracting as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get tangled up.
Oh, it's dangerous.
We were
A couple
watching.
inches off the top.
He was showing me all these videos of like competitive drone flying people.
Yeah, Russell does that stuff too. It's,
Aw.
When you get the first person view.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he does. Like
That's
I have the
incredible.
one that
Sometimes
just,
he'll
like,
give me his extra pair of goggles so I can like see what
Yeah,
the
that's
drone's view. Like, oh man.
yeah.
It's the
We
best
used
way
to
to
go to
stay
these-
stand still and vomit at the same time. It's great.
I used to go to just they would do races in warehouses like with all the lights off and just
wow.
glow sticks
Yeah.
on the track. Like,
Yeah.
That's the future I wanted. You know?
Yeah.
That's
Right?
the future I like that we're in.
I don't want the Zuckerberg meta.
Yeah, I
future.
don't want to think about that, but I like that. That's way cooler.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I'm with you. 100%.
cool. All right. Well, speaking of, oh wait, what's your favorite place to play? in
I think the Winchester was great playing there.
Winchester's my favorite West Side.
Winchester's nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. We've had a shitty show that was still fun there. You know.
Oh yeah, we had our biggest and smallest crowd
Yes.
at the
Yeah.
Winchester. Yeah.
And it's a nice wide stage.
Yeah,
You
I
could
like that.
fit whatever band.
I also
you
like
want.
that side room. It's cool. I haven't seen it necessarily
Yeah.
used. I haven't played there too many times, but I like that they do have the cool side room for the mob boss. If you have a mob boss in your
Yeah.
posse.
They have a little organ over there.
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard that thing played though.
No, but I bet it sounds great.
Yeah.
Of course.
Probably.
So they have about 30 dicks drawn on the wall in the green room too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
On all
The
the
dick
images
room.
of the artists that are, yeah.
But that's just because it's like when people put the stickers up, they're just saying like Dick played here.
We did
Yeah.
magnet. We did a magnet there. and we
Magnets,
stuck it
yeah.
on the vent on the ceiling, so it's a little bit
Oh,
out of the
nice.
way.
Yeah.
So it may still be there. I don't know.
The Geo or what do they call it? Air tag. Put
Oh,
air
yeah.
tag.
Oh yeah. We'll track it everywhere.
Let's see. I love Grog Shop too. Like it's so
Yeah.
like it's like out of a movie. Like
I've never
a rock
played
and roll
there.
club out of a movie.
Yeah.
And Coda's kind of like that too. You ever
Yeah.
played Coda?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
That's actually more like out of a movie, like grungy rock and roll club.
Gotta go downstairs. You gotta, yeah.
Doesn't sound that great, honestly, but you know it's cool.
Packs out nicely.
with a drummer.
Very quick.
It's hard to have a drummer in there.
Yeah, it's sure.
But we played there electronically, and
Yeah.
it was nice. But that's because you can control with
Yeah.
808s. You know, without a soul, you can if you sell it as an 808. you
Souls
can
are just too loud.
exactly.
I know.
Yeah,
They
it's
carry
hard to
too much
contain
weight.
soul.
You've got
And you have
that
to
monster
split. That's one
behind
more
you.
person to split the money with too.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The drummers, Damon likes the 808s because it's in hip hop and he comes from that background where he's playing in live hip hop groups. But I definitely get shit on by some of my drummer friends sometimes with respect. Like those sound cool, but like,
There's plenty. There's plenty of work for them.
Yeah.
There is.
It's a back and forth.
Yeah, there's only so many drummers with cars.
Yeah.
And that don't have girlfriends.
Yeah. Well,
What about you guys?
Favorite place to play in Cleveland?
Oh, that's honestly all of the ones. It's I can't choose one. I'd say 3: Grog Shop, Beachland, and Malls. I've just never had a bad time at any of those 3 places. But also, I don't know if I've ever had a bad experience in Cleveland. Like I've always, especially coming from Youngstown, where like we have like 3 venues, right? And they're actually all better than they were before. But
What's the third one? We heard B&O and West Side Bowl.
West Side Bowl, there was a place called Susie's Dogs and Drafts, and that place was like the stomping grounds. And the guy that owned it did not care that there was music there. It was just something that he was okay with, and then he stopped. He just stopped doing music, so now they have a DJ every time, which is crazy to look back on and think like how much, it is what it is. But
Have you been to Crowbar yet?
Oh yeah.
Crowbar's
Okay,
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been there
Crowbar's
yet, but I've
awesome.
seen some awesome pictures and everybody's
Oh,
playing there.
Such a great spot.
I've never played there yet, but I've seen cool shows.
We did an
so far.
awesome show. I was part of a show that Andy Russo and a bunch of people put on called, and everyone at Terra Nova
The
put on.
Origins.
Origins.
Yeah.
Yes, Origins.
Oh, you were part of that?
Yes, I
That's
hopped
cool.
up on bass, and then I was blessed to be able to play with my homies on percussion, Jazeel, and Blake play the. They had all this percussion stuff laid out, so I was like, all right, if I'm switching with Jan from Camel Butter, if he's the other bass player, then if I'm here, I was like, I might as well play some of this woodblock action. So I got to do some of that. It was the most fun I had playing music in so long.
We love those dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good dudes.
Yeah,
they are.
Cool.
yeah, man. Yeah, but the Crowbar is an awesome spot. Like that room is so cool because when it's on video, it looks like it's in a huge spot. Like it looks so big, but when you're there, it's not that it's not big, but it's all succinct and concentrated, which is cool because the vibe's awesome. But it translates so well on the internet. Like when you get a video of you playing in that room, it's like that's what's so high quality about it is like, that's gonna be great for video stuff
Yeah.
because it just looks awesome.
Yeah, I haven't
Disco
been there
ball.
yet, but that's what I've seen is all the
Yeah.
video. I'm like, I gotta get there.
Yeah,
Let's do a stream from there or something. Let's do
For
a
sure.
podcast stream.
live
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, next
So, yeah.
next Origins.
Well,
That'd be awesome.
Evan's aware of this, but like, so I had my Rome trip all set, and then that got pulled out from underneath me. Well, I had also already hired my replacement at my work because I was leaving. So now that I've replaced myself, I will have plenty more time to spend on some live streams and things for this podcast. So it'll be more than a podcast. I was watching a bunch of old episodes of Yo MTV Raps, which kind of gives away my age. That I remember when that stuff was new, but I'm like, I want to do some like Fab Five Freddy shit. And
Yeah.
get out
Oh,
there
yeah.
and talk to the artists in front of the venues before the shows and things like that. And I want to build up my video portfolio anyways for any future jobs that may come around. But
And
until
the
then-
scene really needs it. Like
Yeah,
we all
true.
have like Instagrams. Everybody got an Instagram and a Facebook, and we write our paragraphs when we can.
Yeah.
But we don't get to just like talk unless you talk to someone at a club.
Yeah.
So unless you get to talk to the actual artist, you never hear from their mouth about the album. So this is such a great resource where if you're going to the clubs, you can get anybody because you're going to them.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's the plan. That's the
Yeah.
plan. I got some video equipment. I got some nice like wireless mics ready to go.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
got a gimbal coming so that we can get like good video of the bands playing. So expect some big things coming out of this starting. I'll say in the new year because it's tough around the holidays
Oh,
to get
yeah, of
something
course.
up and running, and I think everybody's just resetting right now.
Officially announced.
Official.
Yeah.
Official. Now I got to do it.
on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
new,
man.
new things coming, bigger things coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good first year.
It was. We learned some things.
We got to know a lot of cool people.
We talked about Chuck Kaminsky a lot.
A lot,
you go.
yeah.
Shout
Everyone
out
knows
Chuck.
about Chuck Kaminsky. He this past time, he didn't even charge me because he says we brought him so much work.
That's
Aw.
awesome.
He's
that's
always giving us a
fantastic.
discount, which is cool. He's like, no charge. When my guitar fell off the wall and the pickup like broke out from under it, and like he needed to fix it, he gave me one of his Nashville Guitar Works guitars just to borrow.
Yeah, we had that.
He's like,
set
it's
up
gonna
for him.
take a while because we have to solder like plastic on like the wire onto plastic or something, and I don't do that, but this guy does it, and he takes like a month. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to play? He's like, go downstairs and pick something.
That's a good man.
Yeah, Chuck's awesome. Anybody that's met Chuck and gone and gotten work done from him or anything is.
I haven't had to get new guitars. I've been playing the Strat and the Martin, like, because they always sound brand new.
I'll be coming at him. I'll be coming to him in the new year to get my bass set up. My 6-string bass is set up like trash right now.
6-string bass.
6-string bass. If you go on the our bass Reddit category and you look at the people, there's always someone that's like, does my bass action too high? And then everyone's like, yeah, it's super high. And they're like, and they'll shit talk them or whatever. But like, if I posted my shit, it'd be bad because it's like that or something on the bottom string or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm doing and I have a piece of shit bass. So I need someone like Chuck to come in and just do his thing with masterful work.
Let's get into the gear then.
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah,
like-
let's get back to these guys.
Yeah.
We were talking about venues.
Yes.
Before
Yeah.
we get to gear, you guys
Okay.
got any shows or what are the plans? What are the plans for
yes.
the new year, for the holidays?
So we're basically, we've been putting out a new song every week since like May, and then now we're at the point where like we're sitting on enough stuff to get us through June of a weekly song. It's like we have like 4 albums that are like just need finished, and now I'm trying to.
4
I'm
albums
too
that
macro
just
right
need
now. Yeah, they just need
4
finished.
albums that just need finished.
But
So other people are like, we've been working on this album for the last 6 years.
yeah,
4 of them ready to go.
But I fucked up because I started doing weekly releases and then ran out of the fucking stockpile real quick. So
As it goes.
Yeah.
So now we're at the point where I have to do the work in order for there to be a weekly release for a little bit. But anyways, in terms of like shows, we got the big gig we're working for. We got all these 3-hour shows coming up where it just worked out where there's like 4 and like 3 weekends of like 3-hour gigs. Where the last one's at Con Alma, Pittsburgh, which is Pittsburgh's jazz club right off of Carnegie, or sorry, not Carnegie. I think Penn and the whatever road that the
right
baseball
downtown.
player bridge,
Yeah.
Roberto Clemente Bridge.
Yeah.
So it's like right downtown, and they're it's a prestigious jazz club, and my Instagram handle is the White Trash Thundercat because even though I play jazz, I'm white trash about it. Like it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm a white trash version of Thundercat is like what the handle means. You know.
All right.
You can take it literally, or you can just think, oh, I get it. Like it's like jazz but white trash. Anyways, so we're working up towards that. But trying to do a bunch of new gear things like the MIDI. Like I got a MIDI rig coming in tomorrow that, or it came in today, but I have to mess with it tomorrow where my bass will trigger MIDI. So I'm going to have my iPad running with GarageBand because I use GarageBand for everything. And because I don't have a laptop or anything. We'll get there. He is everything in the world. But like me as an instrument guy and all that, I got an iPad. So I'm using GarageBand with some plugins to trigger things like vibraphones and stuff with the bass. So that's where I'm going with that, and then live looping. We're like trying to figure out how to make live looping part of our thing, cause like I like playing with backing beats, but it got old. Like I'm not a rapper, I'm not jumping around, I'm playing bass.
Yeah.
So it's more performative if I make each part live. So we're trying to figure out how to live loop. Do performative.
You switch instruments while performing too, or you stick to bass?
It's pretty much been bass because like ever since I started doing auto, like I always played bass. I'd sang in an emo band when I was a little kid, and all the music should be burned, and it's on YouTube. So
What was that band called?
not gonna say
Please,
it.
please tell us.
Not even gonna say it. Not even gonna say it because no matter who's listening, I don't even want them looking at it. Like, you can find it eventually. Like I'll give a
it's
hint
like
that I wear a
Chasing
t-shirt.
Summer
on it.
East or something like that.
It's bad. It's bad. But and then I didn't sing for like all of that was like I stopped singing when I was 18, and then 10 years now I start singing again. So I'm like not a singer, but I'm trying to be a singer. So anyway, so when I play live, I don't switch instruments because I just turn on my like I get focused in on the doing the singing and the playing that I forget to do like. So we're working on. I'm trying to make live looping away me backing away, but right now it's like if you come to an Unc D gig, it's like straight mumble jazz, a guy on autotune the whole time doing a bass solo, which is fun for me. But like I'm trying to make it more of a show where because it's a bass solo a lot and
And
autotune.
what's
a
Thin
lot.
Thicket doing up there?
Keyboards and beats mainly, for the most part.
Cool. Use multiple keyboards.
Yeah. So and it jumps around. So for the most part, it's either Nord Stage 3 and a Prophet Rev 2 as like the main structural key rig, which I think I use almost for everything. And then we'll run beats either directly. Right now, it'll be from a laptop with pre-made beats that we have, but when it's in Ableton, we'll be able to do all this fun manipulation live. But sometimes we got an 808 clone from Behringer who's putting out so many incredible remakes of old like analog synthesizers for like a tenth of the price. So I got an 808 the second I realized I can get an 808 for $300 as opposed to $10,000. And we'll use that as often as possible. We also in the studio we use that 808 almost every recording, if not every recording.
Everything that's mumble jazz has as like a formula, like my bass, his keys, and then that 808. And then we'll play that 808 live. We won't sequence it live or anything. We'll have it like exported as an audio file, and then you play it. But like
it is the recording of an actual 808, the actual
Yeah.
circuitry of the kick drum, the snare drum, and all that stuff.
And we can even do crazy stuff like we've done in the past where we'll have Damon, the Soulful Samurai, or drummer in, and then we'll send his audio file as a MIDI trigger through each instrument. So his hi-hat plays the hi-hat of the 808.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
I've done that before
Crazy.
with triggers. Yeah, that's fun.
It's so
nice,
fun.
yeah.
It's so fun.
It's compressed, but not,
Yeah. Yeah, I did it through Ableton.
Was that Moon Man?
Yeah, that was Moon Man. Yeah, because I was using it. We were playing a bunch of 80s stuff, So
Oh.
like
MTV tribute.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one had the music videos played in real time, so I was playing to a click to the music video.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
awesome.
To the
It
music
was
video.
it was too much shit to carry though.
Oh, I'm sure it's fucked up, but
And there's
that's,
still-
I mean, for the
yeah.
audience, that's a super cool
Yeah, for
idea.
sure. Like I built the whole thing. I had the light show was sequenced with it and everything, which was great because everything was right on time. It was really like once it was set up, it took a while to set up, but then like it was paying like
It wasn't worth it.
you make the
Right.
same $100 that you're getting with just bringing a 3-piece drum kit. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that's enough carrying all this stuff. I had to drive around a minivan to haul all that stuff, and I wasn't a fan of driving around a minivan.
It was cool though, man. You had a vision. You did it. You pulled it off.
I
and then
did.
You're like, wait, fuck that.
I enjoyed building it. Like
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
enjoy
really cool.
playing in it because I was just stuck on that click and like couldn't like
Yeah.
expand really. So like when I was ready to leave, like I told the rest of the band, like you guys should hire someone else because this thing is awesome, but I just don't want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I had fun building it. I'll help you build some more things, but I don't want to play drums back there.
Yeah.
See, that's why we like the masks, because we've been talking like I'm about to retire, but we could just put anybody who plays bass, put my mask on them.
Yeah, it's like
And
Kiss.
then you might not know it's a different person.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
Akon
Kiss.
famously did do that 100%. He definitely in the early 2000s sent like doubles to do shows.
Yeah.
So he'd play 2 shows the same night, which means double the pay.
Wow.
Which is a great idea, and there's
Yeah.
no laws against it, which is important to remember.
You could franchise your band to play in every city every night.
Oh, nice.
You don't
Yeah.
gotta, you know what I'm
The
saying?
only acts I know that do that just have 50 people on their payroll, though. You guys
Yeah.
know Postmodern Jukebox?
Oh,
Yes,
I
yeah.
think they have like 5 different.
Do they really? I
Different,
didn't
You
know.
uh,
gotta be
things going.
W2 size at that point. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta be having a,
Yeah, that was one of the coolest shows I've ever seen, though. Like I saw them pull it off at the Agora in like 2019.
Oh,
I think it was
awesome.
the band the Zombies. They had like broken up when Time of the Season got released by the record company because they're like, oh, it's Summer of Love. We're going to put this out. It'll be a hit. The band was already broken up. That was an older song. So then all these managers in the States were like, nobody knows what these dudes look like. So there was like two
really?
2 zombies that weren't the original Zombies touring the States. And one of them
And
had
selling tickets.
One of them had Frank Beard and Dusty Hill from ZZ Top were in the
how
Zombies
cool is
touring
that?
the States. Like there was 2 versions of them that weren't the band, and then the real band found out and got pissed. But
I'm about to do that right now.
yeah,
Damn.
Well, you could get away with it with no internet.
yeah. I just saw Metallica's doing stadium shows now. They just released. They're doing like a stadium world tour, and they're doing 2 shows back to back, like nights in each place with a completely different set list each
Oh,
night.
that's the
Oh,
best.
nice.
That's
Yeah,
how it
I
should
didn't
be.
see that announced.
I just got announced. I think Monday.
Nice.
So,
Nice. And if you're touring, that's the way to be. Cause like, I mean, he's been. I know you guys have probably done road work, but I haven't done as much stuff. But it's so nice when you have a little home base for a couple days. And then
Yeah.
Compared to a different
You
home
play
base every
you
night.
play, and then you get in the van, or you go to sleep and then you wake up and get in the van, like the,
Yeah. Yeah, but it's cool when you got that double. You know?
yeah.
yeah. Did I'm guessing they're missing Cleveland, so
I think Detroit. I think is the
Pittsburgh or
closest. I think they're
Detroit,
doing
of course.
Detroit.
Yeah, of course.
I think they're doing Detroit.
sometimes Columbus.
Yeah.
I've gone to Buffalo for shows before.
Yeah.
I saw Van Halen in Buffalo.
Nice.
With, I think
Never
Earth,
saw
I
that.
think Earth, Wind, and Fire opened for them.
Whoa.
That's interesting.
wow.
Yeah, it was. It was a
That would've
weird.
been
It was a great combo though.
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go to that.
I looked
Same.
like one of their hockey players. Apparently, I had a bunch of people ask me if I was this dude. I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And they sent me a picture of him. Like, I found a picture, and he looked just like me.
That's
I was
when
like,
you
oh,
pose
all right.
with them.
Yeah, you just say yes.
You
You
look
just
like a
gotta say
hockey
yes
player.
every time.
Your hair's a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my hair was like this when I went. That was 07, I think. That was like the first reunion they did with David Lee Roth. I was like, I gotta go.
Hell
I was
yeah.
there.
What other shows are coming? I have like nothing in my horizon for concerts. or-
Humphreys McGee is coming to House
yeah,
of Blues.
yeah,
I just saw that.
Well, I
didn't-
think they announced Lotus on the same night. I'm gonna have to go to that one.
Really.
Oh.
Yeah. Either the same night or the night before. I don't know.
Goose, they're coming to the Wedges, I think.
Oh yeah, that's
I
gonna
think
be
they
cool.
are. Resonance, maybe. I think.
Yeah, Resonance.
that's pretty big
Yeah,
show.
that was a Papadosio festival for a
Yeah.
while. Yeah. The only time I saw Goose was as an opener, like a couple times,
Oh,
and
okay.
man, they blew up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I never heard that name, and then I've heard the name more in this last year. I mean, I've just heard the name a ton in this last year.
yeah. People
They're
on
so
the Jam
good,
Band
man, and
subreddit
they're
love
like it's like music you can listen to. You know, just I mean, you can listen to music jam bands, you know, but they're like songs. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say.
No,
I don't know
absolutely.
what I'm trying to say.
them. Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
catch all the
Check
jam
out Goose,
bands.
guys.
I used to check out all the jam bands on. They had Jam on Sirius, and then they changed it to Fish
Fish
Radio.
Fish
and I'm
Radio,
like,
only fish. Yeah.
yeah,
Now it's like the same songs all the time.
right, yeah, it bummed me out because like I was catching bands that I'd never heard of, and
You guys familiar with nugs.net?
yeah,
Yeah.
Very cool. It's
Yeah.
a very cool thing.
Yeah, right before one of my bands were called it quits, we were trying to get our stuff on there.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
so
know how to
close,
get on
man.
there. What's like the
The dudes will just show up to show. I mean, they don't
Oh,
just
so they
show up to
film.
shows, but yeah, they like. I
they
think
they hire a film guy.
I do believe, or you can get an official thing.
I'd love
of
to
course.
send them one. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't know how that works though.
I don't know how it works anymore. This was probably 5 years ago.
ancient technology now. Man.
But that's
oh
a great
my god!
resource to
Like
be on.
Yeah.
seriously, I think about like the last semi-successful band I was in, and like how different everything is. Just been 5 years.
Yeah, like
Oh, it's
TikTok
shifted.
matters
Well,
now.
I mean, Spotify, TikTok,
Yeah.
everything has shifted incredibly
yeah,
in the last
Yeah,
5 years.
that the Mike Brown from Lava Room was talking to us when we toured it about how important TikTok is right now,
Yeah.
and I have zero clue.
Same.
I'm about to get
So-
started in that.
I will
guy's
also
gonna
say,
do
personal
that.
opinion, fuck TikTok. Off the bat, like, I don't know. It sucks because you have to.
Well, he was telling us like the music they choose for those videos are like even more important than the content you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so.
But you make zero money from that at all.
But it.
But
something,
it's the-
something about how
People will know it. And
like
then
that
comes
that
to-
will increase your traffic like more than anything
Oh, yeah.
these days.
Because so
Oh, yeah.
many people are on it and using it and how they use it too.
The virality of it is insane. If your audio is the one people keep picking for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, record companies are now like scouting that to look to pick people up, but
Although
people
the
have their own
interesting
leverage, you know.
the interesting
Yeah.
thing about that too, though, just the opposite side of like there are a ton of people who have gotten signed in the last year because of TikTok deals, but they're people that never. They didn't necessarily grind for 5 years to
Yeah.
get where they are, right? They get this thing. So there are a lot of super bright lights that are getting them super quick because they have, literally zero experience.
Yeah.
And it's like not even a fault of their own because it's like just the way these algorithms work where somebody that might have just made something for fun suddenly is like, oh, it's got 100,000 views. I can continue doing this or, this is the I don't know. It's an interesting place now.
Yeah, maybe they and like from their perspective, they did work hard to get that, but not as hard as most people work to get there, and so.
Or they didn't get the understanding that only time can provide, to be able to keep it going beyond that. So it is crazy because I feel like I've seen so many names in the last year even that have blown up on something quickly, and I think, well, okay, this is interesting, but then to see them quickly tank because they weren't necessarily prepared for the fame that comes with it. Again, it's like the Wild West now out there with it, like there is no.
I
It's
think
completely different.
the Wolfpack dudes are doing the best with it. Like all their split off projects and the way they have their own vibe separately and then all together putting it together, like they've got it nailed. Like everything they put out just is perfect. It feels like.
Absolutely.
Fearless
And no
Flyers
manager.
put all that stuff out.
Yeah, independent.
Yeah, like Corey Wong's thing that he has, like where he did it like an old 60s type TV show, and they just
And the guy who played at Cleveland Heights, what's the
Yeah.
Kane
Jack
Park.
Kane Park, yeah.
Jack Stratton. I forget the name of the Jewish group that they Klezmer, I think was the name of the group. He called it like Klezmer something.
Yeah, it was K. Yeah, I remember it was a K something. Yeah. Something.
Yes. And I love that little
I
part.
think didn't we see that announcement together?
Yeah, we did. I was like, dude, check this out.
I thought he was joking. I was like,
Kane
no way.
Why
Coming to
Kane Park?
Kane Park.
But he's from Cleveland Heights.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
yeah.
I don't want to.
I think it was. I think it is Cleveland Heights that he's
Yeah.
from. But at least that's my understanding.
And
of
there's
it,
a little
too, yeah.
article about him and his dad I was reading about that time where it's like his dad had groups like that, and that's kind of how he learned music.
Yeah,
So it was cool to see him coming back because you're like, and they packed it up.
yeah.
Like they packed that thing up. you know.
I was just checking out. They just released some sauna session videos.
Yeah.
Sauna session.
They're in a sauna, man. They're all in a sauna playing.
That's
They're all
two
in the
birds, one
robes.
stone.
They're in the robes in the sauna. Yeah.
With the steam?
It looks like it. I don't know if it's like, video special
Yeah.
effects steam or not.
Instruments they don't care about.
But-
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Play like one of those like all aluminum, like
Jeez.
70s things.
Acrylic or something.
Yeah. the Ampeg bass, all acrylic with an aluminum neck.
What bass do you play? You said it's a 6-string.
I play an Ibanez Sound Gear 6-string. I don't know the exact model number, but it's a piece of shit. $300 to $100 one I got from Reverb that was used. The guy swapped out the original pickups and put in some random thing. Volume knob never worked. Piece of shit. It looks cool. We got this yellow gross stain. It's not like a dark wood like any of this. We're gonna do something about that. But yeah, total piece of shit. But it's not gonna matter because I'm about to have MIDI. So I'm about to have I'm about to have isolated Lil Jon saying yeah, like as the bass instrument. So we're gonna go crazy.
With pitch? You mean
It'll change with this pitch.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be in tune with what I'm like playing in terms of the note, but it'll change like whatever note he's playing up and down. So I'm not that far yet. I'll get to sampling where we're like that, but like just belligerently off the bat, I'm just gonna have stupid things. We were actually just talking about that on the way up. Like, I think live you can sample anything you want, but records obviously it's different. But I'm trying to go live with like Rebecca Black, something like Friday, but it's like the bass patch,
Right.
I think we got off track when we were talking about Vibe and Color. Like when So, did you have any other performances
So we got this
booked right now? Yeah.
we got the Con
We got
Alma
way off
date.
track. That was the
we got way
question
off
20
track.
minutes ago.
It never happens.
If you're in Kent, we'll be in Kent the Friday after this comes out. If this comes out on next Friday, we'll be at Zephyr. And then the next big gig, if anyone's trying to go to Pittsburgh, is Con Alma. We'll have a 3-hour show. And then I think I can announce this too before Vibe and Color. There's January 13th. We're with a cool band that I'm excited to play with, Klee Trio, who you guys should have on here. Where they're a trio, where it's bass, piano, and drums. And what band did you say you think they sound like?
Go Go Penguin?
Go Go Penguin, if you ever heard about them. But they're...
No, that's an awesome name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Yeah, they're cool jazz fusion trio, like piano, bass, and drums. And it's just like, it's all there.
Cool.
Like, it doesn't fuck up. Like, it's all... Can't fuck that trio. Trio vibes are the best. And then another band, Melted Strawberry, which I haven't seen them in person, but the videos I've seen, they go hard. So we're going to have a nice night. Oh, sorry, that's at the Coda. So we'll be at the Coda January 13th. And,
Melted Strawberry. I think that the original guitar player from Rust Belt Ragtops, that's his band.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not exactly the guy I replaced. Like somebody came and played after him, and then was me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Melted
Sloppy
Strawberry
Thirds?
was the one. Yeah, Sloppy Thirds. That's,
Sometimes it
That'd be
really
a good
do
name
like
for a
that.
band.
Sloppy Thirds.
Thirds.
That's what they used to call me in high school.
Like the family job. It's like grandma, mom, Sloppy Thirds.
Right before this gets away from us. Unc D,
Before?
all right. Cool.
Thanks for having us.
I don't know if I'm ready to wrap up yet.
Just lost our sponsors.
I know. I told him on the way here, I was
This
like,
one's
dude,
gone.
That one's never leaving.
Yeah, unrefined. We had them for 1 week and they're gone again.
Yeah, that's it. You blew it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it was great to have you guys.
it was great to be here.
Yeah. Thanks for coming for our last show ever.
I've especially if this is cut out, I have a running bit during the show that I did do a Vibe and Color that I'll probably do next time, is that I tell people I'm Michael Stanley's illegitimate child, and that he
That rings a bell. I think I've heard that.
So I'll say like I'm Michael Stanley Jr. and then they'll be like, oh, and then I'll be like, Michael Stanley is my illegitimate father. He owes me me and my mom $75,000 in child support that we're never gonna get. And then
Just tell him you're trying to get the junior put on his street name now.
Oh,
We decided we'd settle for that.
I can't say that in Cleveland. I've never said it in Cleveland. I've only said it in Youngstown and Kent. But like, if I get too close to Cleveland, I don't want to get like in trouble. Because
I think it depends on the age of your crowd. I think it depends on the age of your crowd.
Yes, 100%. But in Kent,
Definitely.
we did have like 50 people going, "Fuck Michael Stanley." So
Yeah, don't do that in Cleveland.
No, I don't think I would.
No, you gotta know your crowd. But people have to know that it's not serious because.
You could probably get away with the fuck drone Bettis,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when we go to Pittsburgh,
Switch
we'll
it up.
shit talk
Yeah,
Cleveland.
just
Sorry,
switch it up.
Cleveland. But we'll just play into the crowd. We'll
Yeah,
be
you
like, we're from
gotcha.
Cleveland, but the Browns
Yeah.
suck.
Just don't
Everybody's
mix
like,
them
yeah.
up.
Well, you're from Youngstown, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you
Oh no, but
can-
we'll.
You can
But
play both sides, yeah.
yeah, you
You're
gotta play
right
both
there.
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
just like
geographically, we should be playing both sides if you really think about
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
You're like,
Almost exactly.
just like the Mafia. So speaking of Youngstown, I will say we're doing a Youngstown. I can announce we're doing a Youngstown tribute album called Funkstown, where it's a funk album that we're gonna run a numbers game as our marketing strategy. Pretty soon you'll be able to vote every day a 3-digit number, and if you win, you get 50% of the royalties of the album. And every day, and the number, I'll post a number, and that number comes from my streaming digits. I'll add them up, and then we'll take the first 3 digits, or you'll multiply them and then take the first 3 digits. I post that, and then every day people can send in a number, play the number, and if you hit, you got 50% of that album royalties.
And importantly, it's
Whoa.
not illegal. We checked.
Yeah, it's not illegal, baby. So that, and I'm gonna make that a whole, like, that's gonna be my identity for like the whole spring, is just gonna be like, I'm the numbers guy. But that's because it's a Youngstown tribute.
yeah.
And then also every song is gonna be called Youngstown, and then I'll probably put a number. But the idea is so that when people type in Youngstown on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube, instead of Bruce Springsteen and his song that kind of sucks, sorry Bruce, but it's called Youngstown. That instead of that being the number one thing that pops up, I want it to be every Youngstown artist or Cleveland artist or anybody should have a song called Youngstown that can get above it.
Anyone but Bruce.
Anybody but Bruce, yeah.
Bruce
So,
just unsubscribed from us.
great music otherwise.
Bruce doesn't need it.
No,
There you
I
go.
think he's doing all right.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
Yeah, he's got that whole ticket thing going on like Taylor Swift does right now, where they had that
Thank God though.
dynamic ticket pricing.
Not to be political on the podcast, but hopefully they break up Ticketmaster.
Yeah,
Ticket-
yeah,
That'd be cool.
absolutely,
Yeah.
That'd be
absolutely.
super cool. Yeah.
Somebody, we were talking about Taylor Swift the last episode. I'm like, I got
We
nothing
were?
negative to say about her at all. Like,
Yeah.
she's got the power right now, like in the fan base, where like she could actually do something about the way the music industry is right now. So that's very
Yeah.
cool of her to take it on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's. Who would have thought Pearl Jam passed the torch
Right?
to Taylor Swift?
Yeah. Now Taylor Swift is sitting right outside of the murder site of John Lennon.
Oh, there we go. Call back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So a couple more questions we ask everybody. Shout outs to your artist friends, people around here you're really digging, people that should be heard, people we should know, people we should have on here to talk to. Let's hear them.
You go first.
I'll say Chanel Kazadi. So Chanel Kazadi is an excellent rapper from Ravenna, but she's been traveling the country doing road dates, supporting her last album, and she's put out singles since then. But she's building up a cool network across the country and getting into these cool circles of hip hop. And she's an awesome performer. I played with her recently in Kent, and we played a Breadwinner with her too, and rocked the house. So people got to know about Chanel.
Yeah.
I'll say that, yeah.
I'm trying to think here. Youngstown, honestly, Lexi Case. Awesome music. Great band. in
Lexi
Youngstown
Case?
base. Lexi Case, yeah. Yeah, she plays keys.
Spell it out.
Kays, as not
Keys.
Lexi Keys, but she plays keys very well
Okay.
and sings as well. But great act.
Cool. That's
Yeah,
it?
man.
Is it? Okay.
All right, well, we'll keep
Actually, we can keep drawing. Yeah.
we'll keep Tommy Lehman. You guys know Tommy Lehman?
I don't.
Trumpet player?
Trumpet player.
Yeah.
Definitely get Tommy in here because he's prepping an album and stuff, and he plays with all kinds of people. And once Tommy's a great guy to know the rest of the jazz scene from. So there's awesome guys like Anthony Tadeo, who has the band Alabora, which is an Italian diasporic inspirational thing where he takes Italian folk music and mixes it with jazz. So
Really cool stuff.
What's his name?
Anthony Tadeo, and his band is called Alabora, Allbora, I believe. But Tommy plays with him and plays with me. He's from the band Acid Cats, obviously.
Yeah, that's where I know him from.
Yes. But he plays with Nathan Paul's group. Plays with a ton of people. But he's a great guy to have because I feel like he has a lot to. Oh, he's a good guy on the podcast.
Yeah.
He has a lot. He goes deep. All
right.
He's got wisdom.
Yes.
He's got wisdom. He drops wisdom.
We can use some of that.
Yeah, we're gonna be booking the next set of dates pretty soon here. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, if you're an artist listening that wants to come talk to us, hit us up on our Facebook or Instagram because we're gonna start booking probably right before Christmas. I'm gonna start getting those dates in.
Yeah.
You guys ever do comedians?
I'd love to do.
Yeah, that would be
I know. Hit up Bill Squire. Bill Squire's an awesome comedian. Kevin Morrison.
I'd love to have him in here. That'd be awesome.
I'll share some links. with those guys. 'Cause they're always posting clips.
Yeah.
And they do shows like I think there's a thing called I never went to one. I think it's called Secret Society Comedy or something.
Only one I reached out to was Mike Polk. I know him from Kent. Well,
okay.
I don't know if he remembers me, but we
Yeah.
talked once.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That would be fun.
But the comedian scene seems cool.
Yeah.
I always want to integrate it. I'll say before we leave, dream goal if we ever have enough money and enough people to like make it cool or to make it to be able to fund it, like enough attendance, is the Foundation Room in House of Blues. Play there or regular House of Blues, but get comedians from Pickwick to come roast you. Like, I would love to. Thank you, sir. I'd love to get roasted by one of the comedians there.
That's a great idea.
Comedy and music could just cross over that alley.
Yeah.
And there's a great opportunity. Just roast the artist. Everybody loves that.
And it works
Yeah,
every
that's
time.
a great idea.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I love comedy, and Cleveland got some good comedy. John Burton.
I've always wanted to be roasted.
Right.
All
right. To
I don't know
roast
if
it.
anybody shares
Hey,
that.
to roast it.
Sure.
Life, the ultimate roaster.
It's a Cleveland Underground whiskey.
Yeah, that shit goes deep.
All right. Thanks, Unc D, for coming in.
Oh, last
thank
one.
you.
Yeah.
All right. So the final question, which you
Okay.
did homework on, which is just
Which you
bizarre
didn't know
to us.
about. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I have it written
We're
on
not
my
going to have
arm.
10 seconds of dead air this time.
Yeah. So recommendations for either TV show, movie, or YouTube channel we should check out.
I'll let Dan start.
So I watch a channel called Life in Jars. It's on YouTube, and essentially it's just this. I believe he's Norwegian. It's some kid, but he just gets rainwater or like water from a pond or a lake, and then essentially he just puts it in a jar and then leaves it for 6 months and then documents everything that happens, and it's incredible. It is truly. He knows exactly what he's talking about with every single creature, and it is also really neat how. Over time, all things reach equilibrium, right? It's a completely enclosed thing, and they're really biodiverse at first, and then a lot of things end up dying off at some point. But then it becomes crazy. It's crazy. He just knows all this crazy shit about it.
How big is the jar?
It's probably a pretty big jar, but there's also something amazing to think about how much life is in like a raindrop. You know what I mean? Like, and how it's a neat channel.
So he takes microscopes with like tons of drops of that at different
Exactly.
times.
Yeah, very neat.
What's
Life
that
in
called again?
Jars.
Life in Jars.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll say, just because we're from Youngstown, Kill Tony podcast. You guys know
yeah,
Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yeah.
Come on, man. In Youngstown, he is not known. People
he was
know
a
him.
wrestler, man. He's like
he
around
really?
my age.
I didn't
Yeah.
People don't. Youngstown doesn't have like if you type in Youngstown famous people, Tony Hinchcliffe doesn't pop up, and it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I saw
Tommy
him.
Hitchcliffe.
Tony Hinchcliffe. He
I
has
saw
a,
Hinchcliffe. All right.
Yeah, Kill Tony's fantastic.
they do it in
And
Cleveland.
it's
I think.
huge. I mean, it's
Yeah.
big. It's a very
it's big, yeah.
large thing.
It's big, and he's like, he's in that lane of like playing arenas and shit.
Yeah, I saw
Playing-
him open for Joe Rogan in
Chappelle.
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
I went out to San Diego. They did a 420 show out there.
Oh.
That was really cool. My wife and I flew out for that.
Damn. Yeah, how crazy is that? And he's from Youngstown, man.
Yeah.
Like, so people gotta Youngstown doesn't represent that. So I always try to
How
tell
do they
people.
not?
They don't.
I just
know
don't
what
think
it is.
people know. I think
People
a lot
just
of people
don't
just
know.
don't know.
Yeah. People just
Well,
don't.
they're gonna know now.
Yeah,
you know?
they're
Well,
gonna know now.
Exposed to the whole world.
Three people will know now.
There we go.
Whoever.
Two.
Well, my mom.
Oh yeah,
probably
you're
watches.
here. You're here. Two people.
yeah.
Plus my
alright.
mom, she'll watch the whole.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be around the holidays. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for coming in, guys.
It
This
was
was
blast,
so cool. I can't wait to watch you guys play again. More.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of surprises. Which, if you want to be involved in any antics that happen, let me know. Because if I know I got a homie in the crowd that's inside,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it on the camera, but we have a bunch of fun bits that could be crowd participant. If somebody wants to come on stage, and do something stupid.
Tomfoolery, shenanigans.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Cool.
You guys talking about shenanigans?
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Everyone check out Unc D and their days worth of music they've got on
There we
Spotify.
go.
Good stuff. For Cuyahoga Sound Podcast, I'm Evan Stone.
I'm Chuck Schilling.
Peace.